Unlock your potential with a comprehensive suite of investing tools and expert education with GammaEdge. Start your free 14-day trial today. Just a recap of the JPM structure, because I think it's important as a big picture of what could happen today, the so what. So here we are. This is what is expiring or coming off today. The 65s, you'll see, don't have any real relevance here. The 3550s don't have any relevance. The thing that's in play and that is really front and center for us today are the 4210s. If you're not familiar with the JPM structure, basically they have a put spread down here. So basically it's a long vertical. They're long here at this put. They're short up at this put, and then they sell a short call to pay for the debit on this long spread. When you do something like that, you end up with a delta that looks like this. And this is the delta for today that is coming off the table. So here's this 4665. This is the delta in that. This is from JPM's perspective. And you can see it's negative over here. The blue is what we call the terminal delta. This is where we are at the end of the day. These lines are interim deltas as we go through the day. This is important, so pay attention here. We also have the 4210s, and then we have the 3550s. These are not, the 3550 is not in play, the 4665 is not in play, and you can tell that because the interim deltas just, they collapse to zero here, and you'll see what the implications on gamma are here shortly. Why this is important is that this is the right now line. This is the spot price before the open. And you can see that if we just move one standard deviation today, we're effectively collapsing deltas, which is the way it's going to be, because this is out of the money, right? We're out of the money of this long put right now. If we go towards that long put, though, deltas increase disproportionately. And so behavior today is going to be asymmetric. The adjustments required by the dealers today are going to be less if we do get a price movement upward. And that's that 43.15 that I was talking about, and potentially even higher. But just be aware, we've got, when we just take the JPM in isolation, you've got an asymmetric response that is going to be triggered depending on what the market decides we're going to do today. And that's going to be largely determined by opening and closing of contracts. So be aware of this. Study this slide. I did post them this morning in the morning call channel, so you can go look at these slides and ask questions if you have anything. And we can address it either throughout the day today or on Sunday's open mic. This is where I think things get really interesting. So this is the gamma for today, what is going to be expiring. Again, this is just the JPM strike. This is not the entire complex. But it does show us that from the right now spot price, if we start moving down, gamma sensitivity is pretty significant, right? So this is JPM's perspective. They're long gamma on this side. Dealers will be short gamma. And you can see that as you run up towards that 4210 peak, which is right here, there's going to be some pretty large moves, and that's evidenced here as you start increasing price downward. The rate of change of delta gets better and better, higher and higher. So one standard deviation is sitting where all of them cross in time. That's a pretty big deal. So just be aware, gamma sensitivity to the left as prices fall is going to trigger dealer reaction. You're going to see some volatility if we move down. Dealer reaction to the right will actually start collapsing. And there are a couple nodes here that I've called out, basically that if we get up to 43.66, there is no gamma exposure from the JPM complex today. And effectively, it's nulled out of there. The overall structure, if we were to roll the die and look at where are we going for the next 3 months, it's a very well-published hedging structure. There's no magic here. It's just pure math, and these are my best guesstimates of where we're going to be. We're going to see a long put go in around 40.90, plus or minus 25 or 50 points. We're going to see a short put go in around 34.40, again plus or minus 50 points, and then they will sell, depending on what IV is today, they will sell something up here to pay for this, and this will be effectively the structure that we're going to deal with over the next 3 months. And it looks like this. So if they're long the S&P 500, they basically have a cap on their upside. It's a covered call. They have a cap on their upside, they have exposure to the downside, but only to about 5%, and then that's where the hedge kicks in, and they're relatively flat on the market.